And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Port Center Spotlight Podcast. I am Andrew Murata, the proud host of the podcast, and I am here with the OM teams. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and good afternoon. Yes, we can clap for them, everybody. We have two teams here. Thank you for joining us. If you are watching live, please jump in, say hello. But we have two teams, and first here with us is the Rocking World Detour team, coached by Monsieur Wilson. Ladies and gents, why don't we introduce ourselves? Why don't we go ahead and start with you, young man?
I'm Gabe Torres.
I'm Raina Ebeky.
Oh, I'm Katie Worlitz.
I'm Julia Elston. And I'm Theo Malaterno.
Well, welcome. And again, this is the Rocking World Tour. The Port Jervis teams, all of the Orange County teams are competing this Saturday, March 2nd, OUBoces. And you, ladies and gents, are up early, 9 a.m. Rena, why don't we start with you? Tell me, I know we can't talk specifically about your thing, but where is your team at in the preparation for your, and you call it performance? What do you call it? Show?
So it's our skit, really.
It's your skit.
It has to be like, what, 8 minutes long?
Yeah.
8 minutes. After that, we lose points. It's longer than 8 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are doing pretty good. Mostly everything's done. We're towards the process of just getting it down packed, getting transitions done, and making sure we're ready for competition.
And tell me about working together. Katie, tell me about your team dynamics working together.
I mean, honestly, we kind of all like incorporate our own ideas and everything, and like we all like brainstorm together. It's not really like a single person has a certain job. It's kind of like everyone's like together on something. So like every decision was made by everybody on the team.
It was a collaborative
Yeah.
effort there. Okay. Julia, how do you feel going into Saturday?
I'm excited. I'm always excited before comp. Yeah, it's a really just good experience overall. It's you put a lot of work into this, and so it's good to see like how everything just turns out in the end. And it's really fun to see like what other teams have done and like see other problems and stuff and like people from other districts. So it's a really cool experience overall.
Yeah. And do you watch the other people's shows?
Yeah, so like our other team, we'll go see them.
Okay.
And we'll sit through like whoever they're going against. Sometimes we'll go early, we'll stay later, watch other performances while they're packing up the U-Haul. We'll sit through and we'll watch.
Okay. And then Theo, when do the scores come in? Like when do you find out how it went?
So they have like award ceremonies. So when basically everybody's done, they'll have you come sit and listen to all the awards. They'll do the honorable mentions and stuff, and then they'll tell you what we all placed.
So it's all at the end. It's not like a ski competition where you can see where you're ranking during the day.
No.
Well, your coaches do get the scores during the day.
Oh,
They get the long-term scores, not
Okay.
the spontaneous
Yeah,
scores. They don't tell us that.
okay.
Yeah, and you don't know how they compare
Yeah.
to other teams. Like
Yeah.
who you're firsting against.
Wow. Okay. Theo, let's come back to you. Tell me about like where did your idea come from? Where did your, hey, this is what we're gonna do?
Honestly, it kind of was trial and error. It was a lot of trial and error. Actually, we had to maybe rewrite our whole skit at some point, but it was just all of our ideas combined. Really, I don't know. We kind of just
Like thought of it.
Yeah.
Was it an easy process or was there a lot of arm wrestling?
No, never easy.
Yeah.
Back and forth, back and forth.
But you come to consensus. This is what we're gonna do, even though someone might have disagreed. Okay. Rena, I know you're a senior here. This is your last year. What brings kids to OM?
It's a lot of the family. Like I can say us four, excluding Theo, sorry, we've been together since middle school on
Wow.
the same OM team.
Okay.
The point when I even went to 9th grade, they played up so we could be on the same team.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of family experience, a lot of fun. It's just being able to express yourself and just build different things and have that relationship with other people.
Yeah. Wow. And I know Mr. Wilson over the years has been with you.
He's like our little dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's incredible. We appreciate our coaches, Ms. Hoverstock, Mr. Wilson. If you're watching live, say hello, jump in, leave a question or a comment. Gabe, what do you hope for going into Saturday?
Going into Saturday, hoping nothing goes wrong, nothing breaks or anything. Everything goes smoothly.
Yeah.
Hopefully make some new friends with the other teams that are in our rooms and stuff, and hopefully move on to states.
Katie, what happens? What do you do if something goes wrong?
You just gotta go with the flow. Honestly, you can't stop. Like in the performance, if something goes wrong, you can't stop everything to fix it because you don't have time. So usually we just work around it, improv if anything, or try and fix it if we have enough time maybe. But usually never try to do that because we want to get it done, make sure we get all the points that we can, even if we mess up.
Yeah. And what are they scoring you on? Like what are the categories? You know what the rubric is?
Yeah, we get a whole like prompt and like rules that we have to follow by when we get our problem, and there's certain things that we can like write down and like we can specifically get scored on if we choose. And they also score us on like how we act, how the performance is, the general creativity of the performance and stuff like that.
Cool. All right. Julia, your mental preparation, like how do you kind of memorize your parts, what you're supposed to do next, the flow of it?
A lot of it is just like going through it physically, honestly, because it's like the more and more you run something, the like smoother everything's gonna be, and like the more we're gonna be able to like kind of feed off each other in that atmosphere. And so yeah, it's really just kind of like doing stuff again and again and again until you have like everything down.
Wow, that's a lot of practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Theo, how about being totally like student driven here? I know the coaches are here to kind of coach you, but you're really directing the whole thing. Tell me about being the whole thing student driven.
I mean, it's difficult sometimes because it's like most of the time when there's a problem, like you have to kind of figure out with your teammates, you have to guide yourself. And it's like, it's just doing it by yourself brings out a lot of teamwork within everybody. And so it's kind of difficult, but it's worth it.
Yeah. I've had a great chance to interview a lot of alumni this year and very successful people, college professors, lawyers, dentists, and they go back to things that in high school that really helped them. Specifically, mock trial was something that they talked about, the argumentative process. So what do you see are maybe some of the skills that you're going to take with you onto college, onto the workplace, onto your future selves from this experience here? Rena, why don't you jump in with that one?
I think it's a lot of like that community, like feeling like being able to work with anyone, being able to talk to anyone, and just feel like you guys can connect within 15, 20 minutes. We meet people all day at competition that we've never met before. And it's really great because you have that creativity to fall back on. Like you think differently because your brain is trained to think differently. So it's a lot of it is just like key values, friendship, perseverance, and most of all teamwork.
Nice, good answer. Somebody else want to answer that question?
Maybe the problem solving too, when things go wrong, you can really think quickly. And so that can really help you in any kind of situation in the future or even the present.
Yeah. I love the creative process. I love the logo with the idea. And really when you get in life, right, creating ideas, creating new experiences are cool. Okay. I'll throw it out to the whole team and you could all answer. On Saturday afternoon at 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon, what are you expecting? What are you feeling? What are you hoping for? I'll throw it out there.
Tired, ready to go to bed.
Yeah,
We all sleep 7 till the next day, all of us.
Because you are working late into Friday night.
And we wake up
We all have a
super early.
sleepover.
Yeah. Oh, do you?
We have a sleepover, yeah.
Who's enforcing the bedtime Friday night?
There's no bedtime.
Oh, man.
We go to sleep at 2, we wake up by 4.
Yeah.
And you're up early.
Like early,
yeah.
makeup,
Especially
stuff like
makeup.
Finishing touches the night before everything.
that.
Okay, cool. Well, you have any shout outs before we bring on the other team here? Any shout outs you want to give to your family, friends, people you want to give a shout out? We can go from left to right here. Gabe, why don't we start with you? Who would you like to thank? Who would you like to give a shout out to?
Definitely my parents for, driving me around to all the different odd hour practices and everything.
Okay, Rena?
Shout out to Mr. Wilson for coaching, even when he didn't want to. We literally forced him to. And shout out to Yassine Nias. That was my shawty. She helped me through this. Shout out to Yassine. She's a real one.
Ms. Wurlitz?
Shout out to my brother for picking me up whenever, dropping off my props that I needed to bring to school when I didn't want to bring them in the morning. Shout out to Dakota. Thank you.
Nice. Julia?
Shout out to my parents, really. Yeah.
We love Mama Elsa.
Yeah.
Yes,
they do
love her.
everything.
Yeah,
They're the best.
cool.
Shout out to everybody's parents who gave me a ride home.
Yeah,
And here.
cool.
Yeah.
You all of you except Rena are juniors, so you'll be coming back next year. Rena, what does it mean to you here on the eve of your last kind of high school OM competition?
I'm excited because it's the end. It was a lot of fun, but I'm ready to judge and just relax. But it's sad. These are my best friends.
Aw. All right, everyone. This is Rocking World Detour. 9 a.m. there on Saturday. Again, coached by Mr. Wilson. Julia Elston, Katie Wurlitz, Rena Ebicki, Theo Molitano, and Gabe Torres. Round of applause, everybody. We're excited for you, and we wish you the best of luck. How about a go Port?
Go
All
Port!
right.
Clap!
You guys scoot out, and let's bring in next here, opening night antics. This is Miss Hoverstock's team. Come on in. Olivia, hit that chair. All right, we have a second high school team. We also have an ASK team that will be performing as well, but they're not with us here today. This is just the secondary team. This is Classics, ... Opening night antics. Why don't we start with you, Michelle, and we'll introduce ourselves, tell your grade level, and introduce yourself.
All right. My name is Michelle Gamena, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Yara Shihada, and I'm also a sophomore.
What's crickety cracking, everybody? My name is Yvette Gonzalez. I'm a senior. I'm the only senior here, but it's okay.
I'm Olivia Baumgartner, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Carissa Lofredo, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Eileen Gonzalez, and I'm a junior.
All right, and how long have you guys been working together? We'll start with you.
Okay, so I started last year.
Okay, so you're kind of new to this.
Yeah, relatively, yeah.
Okay.
I think everyone else is a little more experienced.
I'm
unless-
actually least experienced.
Yeah, wait, no.
First year.
Wow.
First year,
Okay.
No, all of us
Yeah.
are relatively new, actually.
Yeah.
We also
So what drew you, Yvette, to this?
Oh, very good question. I would say connections. You know, people I know, and I'm like, hey, that's a good person. Maybe I should, work with them, get to know them, So
And here you are.
here I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can't talk about what your skit is necessarily, but we can talk about building up to it. So, Yara, why don't we start with you? Tell us about kind of how the formation of the idea came.
So it all happened on a Zoom call because our skit before, it just wasn't very well produced. It wasn't working. Like, we couldn't really do much off of it. So we all got on a Zoom call. We were just throwing around ideas, fooling around. And then we mentioned a couple that we just thought that we would go with. And so then the next day, we just kind of, we went on it. We wrote scripts for the different problems that we thought of, and we chose one.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you had an original idea and you kind of scrapped it.
Yeah, a couple
Yeah,
ideas
completely.
actually.
We had
Yeah.
a lot that we
Yeah,
changed.
yeah.
How did you know it wasn't the right idea? How did you know?
Because there was just a lot of problems that came that we ran into with that script. Like with the original script we had, there just kept coming problems where like we can't do that because it just won't work with what the judges are looking for. And so there was a point where we kind of just said we had to lock in, and we were like, okay, we need to come up with something better. And that's just what we did over a Zoom call.
Wow. Carissa, there's 7 of you here. 6, sorry. Well, Gideon's not here, sorry.
Yeah.
But there's 7 on your team. It's a lot of more moving parts there. How do you make it all work with that many people?
Well, I mean, I think it's a lot of just working off of each other, like asking each other for advice. And I feel like with certain people, there's certain things that fit them better. Like some people are better with the building, or some people are better with the acting. So we knew how to do roles off of that and who would be building what.
Yeah. But this isn't like the musical where you could just be on the stage crew, right? If you're on the team, you have to be, you can't just be building the thing.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Olivia, how's your experience been? This is your 2nd year?
This
Yeah.
is my second year.
Okay.
And I honestly really enjoy OM because I know some of my friendships, like all my teammates here, are my friends because of OM. So it's like, to me, it's not just about building your team, it's about building friendships that I have.
Nice. Do y'all have the same problem, the same thing that they have, or you give it? No, it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different.
There's different categories.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know there's 1 million people there that day, and it's so crowded, it's so busy. You got to be on time too, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yaelin, what are you hoping for on Saturday? Tell me about going into it, your mindset, and
Especially this is definitely my first year, so I'm not sure what to expect.
wow.
But I'm just hoping that all our hard work pays off. Whether if we continue forward or we don't, I'm just hoping that whatever we go into it, it's what we put our all into it, and that everything leading up to this moment is worth it.
That was good. That was really good.
And the competition is this Saturday, March 2nd. So Yvette, when did you guys start? If we're March 2nd, how long has this been going on?
Oh, good question. Wow. Oh
You
man.
said that's every question.
Yeah. Did I have a really bad memory. When did we? October? Definitely not the beginning of school, but relative.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely started in October, but I think it took us a couple, maybe like a month or a month and a
Like,
half
it
to
feels
actually
like-
get started.
It
Yeah.
took us a really long
It-
time to get in zone.
It went by really fast. It's felt like a month for me, honestly. Like, seriously. I don't know how. It's been, what, like 4, 5, 6 months, something like that. And it's felt like one. It's crazy.
And when you guys get a big project in school, Yara, why don't you take this one? When you get a big project in school and the teacher makes you come up with the introduction and you have all those due dates, you don't necessarily have that here because you're self-directing this. How did you schedule out all the work and what was to be done on what day?
I actually just had an English project that I had to turn in, and I was up late last night, guys. It's like it's hard, you know, because you can't really control when you have OM, and you know the schedule is all over the place, and then like the due dates, it doesn't really abide to your time, and so you just have to figure it out, you know, like put in time where you can, like put in the work, figure it out. Yeah.
Michelle, tell me about what's the plan if something breaks, something goes wrong. What is the team going to do if that happens?
Well, I think it would be kind of cool because
No, it's good.
no, because our problem. I can talk about this.
Yeah, you can say that. It's part of it.
Antics, it's supposed to go wrong. Our problem is supposed to go wrong, and like we created pieces of our problem to actually like.
Don't get in trouble here on the program.
No. Oh, okay. Just kidding.
All right, we're going to pause that. We don't want to give away
Let's cut. No, I'm just
the answer. I did tell OUBoces we were doing this. They were thrilled. You know, I'm happy to give, you know, spotlight to OM. I love the creative process. We're looking forward to it. Again, they are Saturday at 11:20. Shout out to Miss Hoverstock for coaching the team. So, Olivia, if the coach can't really kind of make you do it or tell you how to do it, what are the coaches' roles here, Ms. Hoverstock and Mr. Wilson? What are their roles?
Since they can't really guide us, they're there like for support to like keep us going. Like if we like pause, like oh we don't know what to do, like they just like you got this, you know. Think of another idea. Kind of thing.
Okay, sounding board. Yeah. Carissa, tell me about your excitement level. Are you so excited you
I'm
can't
so
wait,
excited.
or
Can't wait.
yeah, you're pumped up?
I'm pumped up. I'm ready for it to happen. I feel that by Saturday we're gonna have it in the bag. We're ready.
Better.
Cool.
We have no choice.
What's your favorite part of it, Carissa?
I've actually enjoyed the acting of it. I feel like for everybody here, it's had all of us come out our shell through the acting, and I feel that's been the most helpful part of building the team.
Yeah. Yvette, what about you? Your favorite part?
Yeah, my favorite part, I would say the same thing. Yeah, the acting, like it really, I'm not necessarily like a, you know, out there guy. I kind of like,
You
I
sound
keep to
like it.
myself. But I'm a reserved type of dude. And then like when I get out there and I get to express myself however I want.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I know you guys heard the question about me speaking to alumni who have referenced things back in high school that have had a deep impact on what they did later in life. What are some things that maybe you think OM could help you with later in life? I'll throw it out to anybody here. Any of the experiences or skills that you're gaining, things like that. Carissa?
I feel like it teaches us a little bit about independence, because a lot of it is working without. Usually, as a child, we look up to adults for like adult supervision, but we don't do that here. It's more of us working off of each other and working off of ourselves and like pushing our brain power, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And I feel I've grown a little bit more independent in terms of like problem solving and things like that.
Good answer.
I think
Somebody else, Olivia?
a lot of it is like good group work. Like so, one of the big things in life is like group work for what you're wanting to do with your life, but also like public speaking, just in general, like getting up in front of a crowd and performing. Like it does bring you out of your shell, like Yvette said.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll compare like in football. I know an interception is like a terrible play, right? They turn over the ball. What's something terrible that could go wrong here that's like could really, you know, damage your skit?
This actually happened last year. One of our props, it was supposed to like explode, and it didn't. Like on stage. So you know we kind of just drew a blank. We had to act like it happens, And yeah, so that's something that could be wrong. Like something's supposed to,
Wow.
work and it just doesn't.
Wow. Michelle, anything else you wanted to add before we end our podcast here?
I think this experience is really like fun for us. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes we like don't really know what to do. But like all in all, like we're just really a family, and like we spend all of our time together. Like for the past like month or like 2, we like see each other almost every day.
Awesome.
After school, yeah.
Well, Port Jervis is excited for you. We allowed the other team to give some shout outs. So, Yvette, why don't we start with you? Shout out family, friends. Who would you like to offer a shout out to?
All right. Shout out to my parents. Love them very much. Shout out to my grandma. What's up? Oh, shout out to my sister, of course. Yep. Thanks for supporting me a lot. What's it called? Who else? Yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
My family in general.
All right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Pronounce it for me. Yeah.
Yaelin.
Yaelin. Sorry, Yaelin.
Shout out to my brother. He's actually the one that roped me into this.
Nice.
Yeah, shout out to my parents. Shout out to Ha for keeping us on task all the time because we do get sidetracked a lot.
Yeah.
And shout out to the whole team, to be honest, because it's definitely my first year and they've helped me a lot when times like I did not know what to do. And they really were just there for me all the time.
Well,
So
nice
thank you,
answer.
guys.
Yeah. Michelle?
Shout out to my mom and shout out to Yar's mom and dad and brother
And sister.
yeah, because they give me rides whenever, and I love them for that.
Nice. Yar? Yeah, Yar. Sorry.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody who ever gave me a ride in my family and whoever gave me a ride here. Shout out to my friends. Shout out to my family. Just everybody, the team. I have a lot of fun.
Olivia?
Shout out to my friends and family, but mainly my mom and my dad, because my dad listens to my rants about OM if something happens or goes wrong or we're behind. But especially my mom for like giving me all those rides like at bizarre times, and she'd wait in the car for me for like an hour.
Wow.
Because we were like running late. So.
Yeah. Wow. Carissa?
Shout out to my best friend Michaela and her mom. Thanks for driving me everywhere. Shout out to everybody here for pushing me when I know in the beginning I was very shy and I did not want to act or do anything, but I feel like I've been pushed into coming out of that shell. And shout out to Austin Wilson for helping us out whenever we need it.
Yeah, they're the right people to coach these teams. Let's bring back in the other team here. If you guys want to kind of huddle around. Again, these are our 2 secondary teams. Leave a comment for them. Wish them luck here on the eve of Saturday. The show is Saturday, or the skits are Saturday. 9 o'clock is the first Rocking World Detour. These are OUBoces, and that is Michelle Wilson's team. Give a little wave there, that group. And then 11:20 Classics opening night Antics. That's Miss Hoverstock's team. Students, we are very proud of you. We're excited for the Port Jervis OM. Can we end with a Go Port?
Two clap!
Hey, thanks for tuning in, everyone. We're going to sign off here on the podcast. Let's wish these young people good luck. And again, leave them a positive comment here. And they're going to show their Port pride on Saturday. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Go for it.
Go Port! Let me play this little video.